We are finally back.
Oh, it
My
started.
bootleg.
Oh, wow. We live.
Yes,
Okay.
we are here.
Yeah.
We live for real this time. And we're not talking about no burgers. Oh, shoot. I got to fix something. Look.
You know what? Man, I thought we was live. I wish I would have known we wasn't live. That conversation would have went a little bit different.
You
If I would
thought
have
I was
known
going
we
to be
was.
talking like that live? Are you crazy?
That's why I was, that's why I was like, don't you do it. You didn't see the way I was talking? I was talking like we were live. If I would have known we wasn't live, that conversation would have went totally different. I would have really said what I wanted to.
Funny.
I thought we was live.
We was not live.
All right.
No, sir.
Yeah.
I
was like, oh, okay. I'm gonna just, I was like, I'm gonna just let her talk about this because I'm just listen. Because we live, man. It's like, all right. I thought we was live. Dang. I had a couple 2 to 3, 4 cents to say about that, but I thought we was live, so I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing. Well, y'all missed a good one, man. We was having a great conversation. Sorry y'all missed that. You glad they missed it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry y'all missed it because it was excellent. Dee was giving us a story time. We might have to have Dee do a story time every night before we.
No, my stories is way too. My life is too much of a soap opera. I'm doing the most. I gotta write a book. A lot of stuff people don't know. Ooh, child. Well, it is Tuesday. It's almost July, y'all. Already. It's crazy.
Amen.
How was y'all week? What y'all been doing?
I was on vacation, so this is my first day back. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. As y'all can see, my hair is not braided at all. I've been in the pool like every day, parks every day. So yeah, I need to get my hair done.
All right,
braided.
Debbie braid your hair?
Yeah.
All right, Debbie. All right, that's what I'm
talking about. So she'll braid it once we get off of here.
Hey, the little baby is getting so big.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, he is so freaking cute. Oh my God. Y'all posted a picture of him, and I said, "Oh, he's starting to look like little Adrian."
Mm-hmm. A little bit. They have some similar features, and then they have some different features. If that makes sense.
He's definitely a complete. I think he's a good mixture of both of y'all. He like y'all meshed very well.
Yeah, that's what people say. Yeah, people say that all the time. Good mixture. Man, I thought I was getting old. I was this is funny. So I think it was because of the chlorine and being in the pool. I'm like, yo, something going on with my eyes, man.
Oh, God.
And so I had put something, like writing up to my face like this. I was like, I can't see it. I think I need reading glasses. I'm like, yo, I was like, I can't. Oh my goodness, I can't see this up close.
Oh my God.
But I think, honestly, it was the chlorine like in my eyes. And I think it just kind of, played with it, going to the pool and being under the water, being at the beach, being at the pool like every day and rubbing my eyes so much. I think it messed with me. But yes, I was like this. And I was like, yo, I cannot see up close.
You thought you were losing your vision.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, but yeah, I'm cool now. So
that is funny. Drena, what you do this week?
My major accomplishment took my hair down out of them twists.
Not even.
It was such an ordeal. And
you had 2 strands?
I had the faux locks.
Whoa, them things hard to get out.
Yeah, I had the faux locks. So I took those down, and yeah, I've been giving them these curls.
I know
I'll wash it tonight and twist it up. But yeah, it's such an ordeal. I cut all my hair off a year ago, and I'm like, I can't believe I let it all grow back. I should have just kept it cut. But
you want to cut it off again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The only thing stopping me, my cousin is getting married in August 20th, and my grandmother would be upset with me if I cut it. And she don't like my natural hair, so I'll probably press it, and then I might cut it.
That's that old school.
Yeah. She do not like my curls at all.
Oh my!
Really?
She wanted straight and natural hair color.
Oh.
So what is your natural hair color?
It's like a dark brownish, reddish color.
Ain't that what it is right now?
Yeah, but she don't like this on the ends. All like this blonde and everything.
Oh.
So anything when we take like family photos, I get it straightened for her. But that's not very often, so.
Oh, okay.
Must be nice. Okay.
My grandmother, she grew up in an area where it was very like colorist until she grew up and started having brown grandchildren. And then she was forced to change those views. But some things she's still like set in her ways about.
So Dee, Drena's from an area where they tend to, well, it's not that way now, but they used to only stick to their color. So only light, and we talking like lighter than the paper brown, bag test bright. They all stuck together. So they couldn't no more.
Kind of like that, kind of like the Creole mindset. Like
Yep.
Because everybody out there is pretty much related. Of course, more people have like migrated out there, but the majority of the people out there are related. Like they can trace it back to being related to somebody. My grandmother just found a Creole man from Louisiana and married him. So, but everybody else, they married probably one of their cousins.
Boy.
Yeah, they kept it. They literally kept it in the color scheme because it was just like, yo, we don't date dark skinned brothers or sisters. Like we keep it light. I can remember stories about it.
Yeah. And like I had the thickest hair because my mom, she dated him, she found a man who was black as night and he had, all the kinks and everything. And my hair just came out. They were like, what are we supposed to do with this? So yeah.
Lord. See, and I would be the rebellious one and have the biggest afro and
that's me. She knows that that's what I am. She's like, I never know what you're gonna look like when you come in here. I'm like, well, it keeps it interesting.
All right. Well, for those who have just joined or maybe your first time watching, we are the Battle Buddies. We're going to introduce ourselves and then we're going to get into these topics because we got some topics to talk about. We've been going for a week and we got some stuff to get off our chest. And we want to hear what y'all got to say too about all these hot topics going around in these streets. So
wait, did you do your photo shoot yet?
No, that's not till October.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to introduce the one and only Mr. Adrian Taylor, aka
Get Fit for 40.
AKA
Mr. GC. Yeah, man. I'm on it. So, I turned 40 this year for people that don't know. I know I don't look it, but yeah, I am. But I gotta get like that extra, I guess Dee do her photo shoot. I get them extra abs before my birthday. That's typically what I do. So this, I went crazy on the vacation. Now I'm back and now it's go. It's go time.
All right. Let's go. When you turn 40?
October 15th.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna hold you to it. I'm waiting. I'm gonna be waiting.
Is both of your birthdays in October?
Mine's September 30th.
Okay.
The last day. And then we have the lovely, beautiful Miss Drena, aka.
It wasn't my internet that messed up this week. It wasn't the Mississippi internet. Shots fired. Mississippi internet this week.
AKA.
Drena Dreen.
Hey, shut up, Adrian. Oh, that was petty. That was petty. Thank
And
you,
then
Daniel.
we have our host, one of our hosts, Miss, aka Core. I'm gonna hype you up, Miss, aka the
Okay.
Core Queen, aka I'm glowing, but it's not a pregnancy glow. aka Miss Built, not bought.
Period. Period. Ain't no
Any other
BBLs over
AKA?
here.
Did I miss any AKAs for you?
Oh God, that is funny. Fine after 40. Because I'm 43. So get it together. I'll be 44 in September. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Well, I do have a Black-owned business spotlight that I would like to highlight, and I hope I can read this because it's so small. The business is called It's No Place Like. Oh God, I'm gonna try to read it because it won't get no bigger on my phone for some reason. No Place Like is the founder of the CEO and the founder of No Place Like is one of our most loyal fans, loyal commenters for the podcast or viewers for the podcast, Miss Tiffany. Everybody knows Tiffany Autumn. She's always in the comments. She is a Army veteran and what she calls herself a mompreneur. How you say it? Mompreneur. Yeah. And her idea of coming up with this creation, it's a dessert truck. And it is named pretty much after representing the Wizard of Oz. She brings favorites close to home and she guarantees that it's nothing like it. From her designer milkshakes, refreshing water ice, designer snow cones, or roll ice cream, you can create the mood that you want. Our goal is to give you a break from the hectic day and help you remember the simple times. Our goal is to remind adults of childhood and help kids to enjoy being a kid. Our plan is to create a series of trailers more exciting than the last, and you choose your favorite. So, yeah, she goes from town to town. And listen, I've helped her on this truck, and I tried the desserts. Ooh, listen, if you do edibles and you get on a truck with all these snacks, oh listen. So if you're in the Carolinas or in Tampa, I believe she services both locations. I might be wrong, but I know for sure it's in Charlotte right now or South Carolina area. She travels from location to location. If you're having a party or anything, the trailer is amazing. So go online, search It's No Place Like, and it will blow you away. The creativity of this trailer that she created just straight out of her mind. She's just a genius anyway when it comes to business. So y'all check her out. Tiffany Autumn Bell, CEO and founder of It's No Place Like.
We starting early. We getting started early.
I'm just trying to shout out the bit. Oh, okay.
Have we even said anything about it yet? We ain't even done that.
Okay, yeah. Ooh, child. All right now. He ready. He is ready. The trending topic of the week. Well, since Risky Opinions done jumped all in it, he done jumped into the topic. We're gonna go ahead and jump on in there with him. So this has been the controversy of the week. I think there are other controversies that should be talked about as well that passed along with this. And I think we'll get to those because we need to talk about all of them. But I've seen so many debates online about this. So y'all tell me what y'all think about Roe versus Wade being overturned. We still back in the 1800s or what?
I had to stay off social media after like Friday when I went home because I knew that every person was going to just have something to say about it. I just didn't want to even take all those things in. I have seen some people say I think the most shocking thing that I heard was a guy that I went to high school with say that he doesn't understand what the big deal is because abortions were only created like 48 years ago. So that was the most interesting, like craziest thing I ever heard. I feel like people should just let women mind the business of their own bodies, is what I think.
So Risky Opinion says the black woman wants to abort babies, but the men don't want that. That's a huge blanket general statement.
Yeah. My 17-year-old daughter, she brought up to me, she said, why will they outlaw abortions, but like why men can get vasectomies, like if they choose to?
Because it's men creating these laws.
Yeah.
But I want to address Risky Opinions, because I love a good debate. I love a good generalized opinion. I love it.
Yeah.
And one thing, I mean, I'm gonna let Adrian get his thoughts out, but I want to address one thing. Because we can't have. I said this before. I said when they were talking about overturning this before they did it. I said it before. Two things can't exist at the same time when it comes to black women and babies. You can't say that black women are having all these babies and by these no good niggas and ain't taking care of them, they on welfare and they sucking up all the stuff from the system and all that, and then say they having all these abortions. They don't go together. It doesn't make sense. Black women is not the reason why this law was passed, but I'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Adrian.
I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. Like, that's a lie. Because I guess because I know so many dudes that almost like twisted a girl's arm to have an abortion at some point in time in my, in my lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Where they threatened her, they told her, like, if you don't, I ain't gonna be no good father. Like, I mean, said everything they possibly could to make them abort the child. So I'm with you. Those type of blanket statements are crazy and blasphemous because I can't do nothing but laugh because
all these single parent homes.
Because in fact, I would flip it. I would say this. If a woman knew that they were going to be with a man that was going to be with them for the long haul and take care of them and be there and was going to take care of the child, 9 times out of 10, even if they wanted to abort their baby, they wouldn't if they knew for a fact that they was going to have the support, right? If they knew for a fact, if you put a woman in a situation where they knew for a fact they were going to have the support, you probably have 10% that would really probably abort the baby.
Right.
But we know that's not.
We just had a conversation not too long ago where we asked, it's been on podcasts all over, how many women would choose marriage or a baby? They choosing the baby. They want a baby. Most black women would prefer to have a baby over a damn husband. So to even imply that black women and as a whole group of people are out here having massive abortions. Number one, we ain't got enough money as a whole collective to make that many abortions. The reason why this law was passed is because the white race is becoming the minority. Right. They got the money to have these abortions. They the ones that's in mass going out and making sure their daughters don't have babies before they supposed to, making it look like they all put together and presenting them to their husbands like they supposed to be. Or they getting their mistresses pregnant and they got to go get their side chick baby taken care of. So this don't have nothing to do with the black community because most of us was dependent on Planned Parenthood that was defunded with Trump. So that's out the window. That's been gone. Listen.
I don't think that people really, like, if you really, I always try to be compassionate and like look at things from other people's side. So I think if people really understood what all having an abortion entails, and I've never had one, but I've been with people that have, like I've rode with them. So like first you have to prepare yourself for that mentally. Then you have to come up with the funds to do it. And in the South, like where I'm located, there are some clinics that the way they have it set up is to deter you from having it done. Like you may have to go today and then come back next week for the abortion. And, so whenever you even get to the location, you have people yelling outside, taunting
Yep.
you, yelling things at you, and you get in there, and now you're ashamed because you're sitting in a lobby with other people who can see you, and like, yeah, they're there for the same thing, but when you don't, it's just a very like traumatic thing to go
Right.
through. Like, I don't think
Nobody
was like,
wants to do that.
like, oh girl, shit, I'm getting rid of this baby. Like, I don't think I
No.
don't know anybody that has ever like looked at it that way.
No.
And it's not, it is a lot like behind it. And I don't think that people, when they make their decision, I really do think that most people, I can't say everybody, I think that most women, when they make their decision, are really thinking like, am I going to be able to provide for this child? Or is this, what is really going to happen if I have this child?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, and when they say pro-life, I don't think anybody's anti-life.
Yeah.
I really hate the word pro-life. I think everybody's pro-life. Like, nobody's against life. And like so somebody posted today. I can't quote exactly what the post was, but it was something along the lines of, imagine being angry that babies are going to be born. And so I commented and I said, imagine being angry that a rapist baby is going to be born. This lady was so angry at me. I don't know her. She was so triggered. She, in all caps, she responded to me and she told me, well, I was raped and I had my son and he's the most beautiful baby in the world. Try again. I said, ma'am, you are misdirecting your anger. You're deflecting. I have responded to a post. Good for you. Everything ain't for everybody. I was like, your tone, it was unnecessary. I'm not here to argue with you. And then she just was like, I said, you need to go fix that. And that was a trigger. You need to go heal that. Right. I don't need to heal nothing. Oh, obviously you do. I'm like, you had a rape baby and you think that you're okay?
Right.
What I posted triggered you that bad?
Of course, some people are gonna try to make light of it. And I think the one I saw was a picture of the Virgin Mary. I grew up in a very Catholic family. It was a picture of the Virgin Mary, and it said Christians telling people that if they don't want to have children, just don't have sex. But like, if the Virgin Mary is based on a woman not having sex, she had a baby and she didn't have sex. And the people underneath it were so upset. Like, how dare you say
They always upset about that fictional book. Child, bye. You see what Risky Opinion said? He says, so what you're saying, that women are protesting because they're not going to have the convenience of ending of life for their irresponsible choices of having sex with someone that don't love them back. Well, how about maybe the men planting their seeds should be more responsible? Can we ever discuss that? Why is it always after the fact, after the seed is already planted, then we want to discuss the being reactive instead of being proactive?
Daniel, what kind of post do you be on? What?
There were, that's one of the episodes on The Shy with a man kidnapped her and raped her, and then she decided to keep her baby. Like I said, everything ain't for everybody.
So and he said there were some good points. There were good reasons.
You know what I ain't doing? Having a rapist baby.
Nah. I'm not creating. I wouldn't, if I was a woman, I wouldn't be creating no little rapers. Absolutely,
Daniel. Because a lot of them were saying that they were saying that one of the reasons that they were saying a good reason to keep a rapist baby is it was God's plan. I said, let me tell you something. The devil got children out here too. And that was the devil that was raping somebody. So I don't stop with that.
Oh, God don't make mistakes. Type.
The devil makes some good ones. And I don't think a rape. Listen,
hey man, a Christian will make up a I'd be like, I didn't heard it all through my life. Yeah, especially with that God don't make mistakes, and you could get drugged through the mud. Well, you went through it for a reason, baby.
But half of the motherfuckers sitting they fat gluttonous asses in church talking about some shit, but don't read that part of the Bible.
I know plenty of people. Well, I've seen posts from women who are Christian and they had an abortion, as a teenager, and now they're happy that the choice is being taken away. But I'm like, why don't those people deserve to have a choice just like you did?
Right. Because you don't need it no more.
Right.
How convenient.
That'd be the point. People use that pro-choice and then, they're like, oh my God, my child would have been 13 or 14 or whatever the case may be, right? Like, but then, like you say, like, I don't want any. Now, then they become like they don't want nobody else to have an abortion. When you did it, right? Like this shouldn't be this shouldn't be legal. But
to poke the
risky opinions. I don't care what percentage it is. If you don't believe in abortions, don't get one.
Yeah.
Like, it's really simple.
It is.
Because here's the thing. If they so concerned about all these babies, it should be free Medicare. It should be free daycare. It should be a lot of free shit after these babies get here. But after they come, they don't give a fuck about them.
Head Start, preschool, all that.
Hey, man. I would love for them to throw some of that bread this way.
Right.
I say have a baby and leave them on the Supreme Court steps. Y'all take care of them. Y'all wanted them here so bad. Everybody got an opinion about somebody else's body, but then y'all want to fuss and fight and be mad when somebody don't take care of it. Then, the taxpayers got to take care of them. Oh, no, you wanted them here. Come get them.
Right.
That's your peoples. That's how they do.
Come on, Daniel. Yeah, I don't even go by stuff like that. I know it's more than 1%. I ain't got time for that. I know that's right. If abortion is against it, let me answer for that. Right. You don't get to decide what I want to be judged for.
Right.
I do what I want to do.
Actually, there was so again, I'm Catholic, and I got the letter from the bishop of the diocese, and he made he put out a letter talking about Roe versus Wade, and he said, while some people may be celebrating, let's all remember to be celebrating whenever people have the children, also in supporting them, and the people that in financial ways, he named everything that the Republicans, the pro-lifers don't worry about. Like, they don't care about how the person gonna take care of this baby when they come. Like, you can't be cheering that I have to have this baby and I'm telling you I can't afford it. Like, help me, celebrate me then, help me out then.
They ain't.
It's not about that.
No.
Yeah, it's not.
But what happens when they get their side bitch pregnant? I bet you they got a doctor on standby that can say, oh, they just needed a DNC.
That or she getting flued out.
They had a miscarriage. Child, bye. I ain't got time. But it's gonna be, regardless, with any other thing that you make illegal, no matter what you do, if people want to do it, they're going to do it.
Right.
By any means necessary. So we just rolled it back to the 1800s.
Yeah. And I think that was one of the most disturbing things to me. I saw a post saying this is going to save so many babies. No, it's going to put more lives in danger.
Yeah, it's going to kill a lot of people. Yeah. And then I think what's crazy is that law overshadowed some of the other stuff that they passed. Like, now police don't have to read you your rights before they arrest you. So you can't sue them anymore for that. And then also, I'm not really familiar with the gun law that they passed, but they did pass some type of gun law that they kind of swept. They got through real quick while we was fighting about abortion.
Yeah. And I think that's what it's just to divide. That's a lot of it is.
Yes. It's going to be, what you about to have is monolithic states. So you're going to be living in a state that you typically see as how you want to live your life, right? Which, kind of talking about this, the South, we know, is pretty much going to be against abortion. That's just because it's the South, right? And so what you're going to have is people running to the South, then people running to the North, or people running to the West, because that's where their quote unquote beliefs seem to fit a little bit better. And I think that's what you're going to start having is people going to states where, their quote unquote beliefs seems to fit better. It's going to be monolithic in certain states. And I think that's kind of what they want.
But for the people who can't afford to just move, like that's what they're forcing people. Like most of the time, a person that needs an abortion, they can't afford a baby, right? That's why they're trying to get an abortion. So now I got to try to figure out how to get to this state that I can't get an abortion in. I got to get a plane ticket. I got to get a hotel. I got to get somebody to come with me. They're making it impossible for people to do things and then forcing them to do some other really harmful stuff to themselves because they can't get to a place to get it done safely.
Before so some states are definitely going to have some internal war before we would get to a civil war.
You see this?
I know that stores started limiting the amount of Plan Bs you can get over the counter.
Yeah, like the Handmaid's Tale. Listen, art and imitating life. Yeah, I see, Daniel. Good thing mine's is good for 10 years. They got to come pull it out. Got to come get it. But see, this is why I made the post I made today. When everybody was gung-ho and excited and thinking, yeah, y'all need to get the shot. Y'all need to get this vaccine. Yeah, make everybody get it. That was the first thing that they were doing to impose on your human rights. They were testing the waters. And I kept saying, be careful what you ask for, because there's going to come a time where they want to do something to you that you don't like. Slippery slope, baby. Slippery slope. Well, you got a whole bunch of old geezers that's shooting blanks. That's what they do. On a lighter note, what the hell did y'all think about that insanely hilarious Verzuz battle? OMG!
Sing it, Adrian. Sing it.
Can you feel me? Pretty baby. Ray J. Wish I had $1 billion.
Oh my God. Why? Chill.
Yo, that was the most ratchetest, funniest. You know what, man? Like, that was like uncles sitting around cracking jokes. Like,
yes.
You know what I'm saying? Or the former high school football players that's talking about they passed their prime. You know what I'm saying? What they used to do, how good they used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Talking noise, but they trash now. Like,
man.
Oh, it was so funny. Like, I was dying laughing. Like, Debbie was like, why are you laughing? I'm like, you gotta watch this. This is funny. Like, this isn't good. It's just funny. Like, you can tell like half of them been on reality TV because it was just funny. Like, it wasn't good. It wasn't good singing, because collectively it wasn't good singing, right?
Right.
We had a couple guys that, you had Mario did good, Sammy Who is what I'm gonna call him, Sammy Who.
You gotta go check out his new music. Sammy fire.
No, Sammy Who.
Yeah. Sammy
Strike
fire.
one.
My only issue with Sammy was he came out like a thug. I'm this real R&B. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. We believe you.
Yo.
And then he started singing.
Like, why?
I like the way. Sammy.
Why did Bobby V get his ass on that piano and act like he was about to blow something out the water and sounded a hot mess?
Why he had that coat on?
Who?
He started off with that coat. Bobby Valentino?
Bobby with that flower jacket on.
I don't remember that part.
He had it on the very beginning.
He might have.
I didn't even know he was on the song Blackberry Molasses.
Me either.
He's the lead singer.
I didn't know.
I didn't know that.
He's the lead singer. He's the one actually singing.
I never knew.
He's the lead
Didn't know
singer.
who it was.
Yeah, Bobby Valentino. Yeah,
And
Bobby Valentino. He was the lead
Sammy
singer.
told him. Sammy was like, "That's why them other niggas left the group because you can't make no hits."
Sammy was talking real greasy, like he got hits.
Pleasure P was terrible too. Pleasure P just got good songs with B2K.
Right.
I mean, with Pretty Ricky.
But he wasn't even doing them. So I was
he
like,
sounded a mess too.
I was like, what? I was like, boy, the only thing you had by yourself was boyfriend number 2. What else you ain't got nothing else.
Yeah, he kept singing B2K. I mean, Pretty Ricky songs.
Pleasure
but why in the world
like...
did Omarion bring that damn watermelon out?
Oh, that's all you got? Is the watermelon?
The watermelon, the microphone
that's
stand.
The only thing you gonna point out is the watermelon?
Everything he did was trash. It was the whole thing was horrible. And then he gonna bring Jeremiah out.
Ooh,
yo.
Mario tried to say.
You know what's crazy? I thought Jeremiah could sing. Like I thought he could hold a note.
I did
until I heard him that night, and I was like, Jeremiah. Like, I was a fan, brother. Like, Birthday Sex was my lick.
It's amazing what an engineer can do to your voice in that studio, ain't it?
And then he started singing a couple lines of that. I was like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then he kept going Mario, like, don't do it, bro. Like, don't.
Mario's commentary was hilarious. His commentary was hilarious.
He said, y'all sound crazy. Oh yeah, Fizz, all of them came for Omarion, because he called them his background dancers. They all came for him.
What'd he say? You seem to be unbothered, but we know that's a lie.
Right.
Yo, I was like, why is he on this ground with this microphone stand?
It was
like
all
he was killing it.
It was like, and I'll be honest, I was one of those. I was like, yo, Omarion about to wash Mario. Like,
I did.
And then after the first songs, I was, oh shit. Oh,
I knew Mario was going. I only follow Mario and Sammy on IG. Them the only two people I follow out of all of those people.
I just, once again, I didn't know Omarion couldn't sing. That I mean, okay, I thought he was like Ashanti, right? Or you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, okay, he can hold a note, but he made Ashanti sound like she was Mariah Carey. Like, I thought that he could hold a note, and he couldn't hold a note. Like,
everybody in the comments, like, just stand still, stop dancing. I said, it don't matter if he.
It don't matter. He
for the rest of the year, he can't sing.
He need to not sing, dance and not sing. No, he should do the opposite. Don't dance. I mean, don't sing. Just dance.
Just
and let
dance
them play
and let
your
the
music.
song play.
Right. That's what he should have been doing.
That was terrible.
And
Mario
so it was just like
shit out that dude.
He was roasting him, and then of course, I mean, he could sing, and Omarion just couldn't, and so he was like, "Ooh, you finna start drowning in a minute," and you like, nigga, you can't sing the songs, so it doesn't even matter.
No, it was bad. It was really bad.
Oh man,
it was bad. It was bad because the pre-show guys thought they was a real show, so they hijacked it. That was bad.
They would not get off the stage, would they?
No,
they would not get off the stage. And then Sammy and Pleasure P had left, and then once Bobby Valentino kept singing, they were like, "Oh, we got more songs to play," and they came back out. I'm like, I gotta go to work tomorrow. What is going on?
I went to sleep. I'm not doing this with y'all.
We ain't even talked about Ray J. Oh my God, Ray J.
The whole thing terrible. It was embarrassing.
It was Ray J being shocked and upset that other people were singing One Wish when they were really trying to help you, bro, because you sound horrible. And Brandy, I don't know what kind of tea you got, but if it can help him sing, if it can make him sound better.
I told you, drink the tea and water and don't talk all day. Girl, he needed not to talk his whole life.
Right.
That boy can't sing. That's when you're supposed to play the track and you just sing along with the track and let the track hit the notes for you.
Right.
I'm like, y'all ain't got no reverb mics. We got the effects in the microphone. What is y'all doing?
And that's another thing about Versus. How many of these have y'all done and y'all still ain't got the music right, the sound right?
Terrible.
How much money do y'all have?
Child.
How much money?
The DJ killed it. He was the best part of the whole show because I was jamming in the beginning. But yeah. Tank just came on there to sing his song with Omarion.
Who did?
Tank. He came on there for that one song he got with him. I think it's O.
I was asleep by the time that happened. But I did see where Omarion tried to blame it on Mario, saying that next time we're gonna use my sound guys. I don't know what kind of sound guys you got, but they came out to the
Yeah, that was funny though. Ciao, bye. So did y'all get a chance to watch the BET Awards?
No.
Yeah, I watched it today only because I saw that you wanted to have a topic about it. So I made sure to watch it today.
What'd you think was the best performance?
Best performance? Mm-hmm. You know what? Who I thought was the best performance was Jack Harlow bringing out Brandy. That's what I thought was the best performance personally. Yeah, because I guess because I wasn't expecting that, and I guess because of the build up to it, you know what I mean, with the whole Ray J. Who's Ray J's sister, right?
Right.
And so that whole back and forth, she roasted him, and then for him to put her on the song, like, yeah, that was hot to me. So
Bye, Daniel. I thought the best performance was Lotto and Mariah Carey, because when she brought Mariah Carey out, I was like, yes, ma'am. And Mariah sounded amazing. She hit the note. I was like, finally, she's back. I thought she did so good. And I love Lotto from the rap game when she was a little girl. So I'm a huge Lotto fan. But I thought she did great.
Yeah. So yeah, I could appreciate that performance.
And then Diddy. I'm a huge Bad Boy fan, so I was in my house dancing. Lil' Kim looked a hot goddamn mess, but
I like Maverick City performance with Kirk Franklin.
I missed that part.
That was pretty good. Yeah, because they was doing some throwback Kirk Franklin's songs. And he was like, "Oh, y'all gonna do this without me? No, y'all not. I'm in here." You know how Kirk Franklin talked. So yeah, it was pretty cool. So I enjoyed that one as well too.
It says Jodeci was a little hot mess, but you did that, Hey.
I think JoJo hit that sugar booger before he came out.
Child, I was like, what in the? I'm like, can you go get in your spot? Move over there.
He was singing way too fast for the beat at first, and it was just
yes, he was.
It was like, hold up, man, like what's going on?
Something he was so off.
Yeah, he was off.
JoJo was off.
One thing about Jodeci, did y'all see that video? I think I shared it, and it said, "This is what the Verzuz Battle was like." It was that time when Martin, on his show when he had Jodeci.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite episodes of Martin.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But that Diddy tribute was so good. It was so overdue. But when he brought Shine out, I almost lost my mind.
Now that was great, especially like, you know what I'm saying, Shine's journey. Now he's in politics, at least, you know what I'm saying, just how it changed. And then I wouldn't think that he would even come out and do the song, but he did
either.
And then just flip the words, you know what I'm saying, and it was like, yeah, I'm rocking with you, Shine. I'm with you, brother.
That was so dope. That was so dope.
Because they come, I'm like, he started playing a song. I was like, I know Shine ain't about to come out here, Mr. Pop, Mr. Political now.
Man, I started screaming. I was like,
I was like, hey, I like Shine. I know it was, he came after Biggie and people had an issue with Shine because they felt like, I don't know. I didn't think he really sounded like Shine like that, but I mean, like Biggie like that. Like people said,
love Shine up north.
But I rock with Shine. That was, people like, oh, he trying to be like Biggie. I didn't really think he sounded like Biggie. Like
that was dope. Real. And then to see, like, I like that the authenticness of Diddy being appreciative of the award, like how excited and happy he was to get the award. I thought that was super dope. And then him shouting his mom out and him being as petty as he can be. thanking Cassie. I'm like, he's so fucking petty. Oh my god.
Hold up now. Let's not skip out like we didn't see Lil' Kim come out there looking like the leprechaun.
She looked a goddamn mess. She looked like a stuffed sausage.
Yeah.
I feel bad
Terrible.
for Lil' Kim.
Terrible. I don't feel bad for her rich ass shitting me. Shit. Feel bad for what?
I guess because I feel like she's just trying to attain some type of. She was just beautiful before, and she's just, I don't know.
She let the industry get to her.
Yeah.
They eat you alive if you let them. But that Mary J,
So sad.
that's one bad mama jamma.
She
fine. She's
Oh,
51.
man,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Mary J. That's how you do it, Mary. That's how you do it.
So what happened with Giveon?
He said BET sabotaged his microphone. I'm like, sir, I don't care what kind of microphone you got. Because he said before he performed, they made him swap microphones. And his microphone has the effects in it. I'm gonna need you to know how to sing.
Yeah.
And Big Frida set him up because she like, it's the voice for me. And
Taraji set him up, say he's the voice of our generation, like Luther.
Right, like they was Big Frida said it's the voice for me. Yeah, she said he like the voice, and this like they really set it up like Buddy could like blow like that. Like, you know, like you said, like he like a Teddy P, Luther. You know what I'm saying? Like he got chops, and I'm sitting here like
trying to take the earpiece out. I'm like, now I done sang in the choir my whole life. I know when a note ain't right, you got to fix that thing. You just can't
fighting
sing.
that song. He was fighting. He was fighting that song. You hear me?
Them folks get them in that studio and they put all them effects on their voice, and then they can't sing live. That's what happens. That's what happens. Me.
I don't know if it's enough me's that'll get out.
He said
and it's sad. I don't know about y'all, but maybe it's just me, and that's just how I roll. But if I like you before I hear you sing live, and you don't sound close to it, I'm no longer a fan. Like
me either.
Nope. It just don't hit the same for me no more. Like I can't listen to you if you can't sing live. And you know what I'm saying? Like, right. Because I remember, I ain't gonna lie, Cassie, since we've already mentioned her, like her first little single, I liked it. And I don't know if y'all remember when she went on 106 & Park and sang live and couldn't hold a note to save her life. If you ain't never heard it, look it up. It was so bad. I don't think she did anything really after that because it was so bad. It was horrible.
Was it bad like Fergie singing the national anthem?
It was worse.
Whoa.
It was worse.
Whoa.
And I think Fergie was high because she was like, I don't know what she was doing. Yeah, she was riffing, and I was like, what are you doing? Like it was like she was playing with the song, but it was like because she was high or drunk. Like you could like I'm like something up with
that was
Fergie.
bad.
Like, yeah.
I have a cousin, she doesn't go to concerts because she hates for a musician to change up like she don't like for them to change the song. Like she don't like for them to change nothing around. Like she don't want to hear it on a different beat. She want to hear it how she hear it on the beat. So she literally will not go to. She hates concerts. And I remember I saw Lauryn Hill at Jazz Fest, and I'm like, why does she do this to all of these songs? I don't like this.
Oh no, it's because it was legal because she was legally buying.
Yeah, I knew.
Okay.
I think I found that out later about Lauryn Hill, but I was
like, so she couldn't sing the songs like they were originally done.
No, like they was originally
like
composed.
X Factor. She did it to like a rock and roll beat. She did X Factor to like a fast-paced rock and roll beat.
Yeah, so you would go and you would hear she like did none of the songs like she originally did it, and it was because of that. I think it's different now. I think she finally got all that worked out. Not really sure. Don't hold me to it, but yeah. She couldn't sing it like the original song.
You know who
I like her.
Who I like that performed the other night, and they did an amazing job. And I should have mentioned their performance too because it was freaking outstanding. Money Long.
Oh yeah,
I like Money Long. She did a great job too.
She was great. She's good. And I heard her on the Breakfast Club doing her interview, and she's just an amazing person overall. She's good. I like her. All right. Well, those are our trending topics of the week. So I'm gonna play a video, and I think everybody has seen the video now because it seemed like it went viral.
Everybody's talking about it.
Right. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think.
Day my baby daddy come here with one meal for my child, but I have 3 other kids. We have 1 kid together, but he only want to come and bring one thing to McDonald's. But what about my other kids? How come you can't feed my other kids from McDonald's though? Like that's bogus as hell. Like you're not finna sit here and make my other kids feel left out, and you're only bringing one child something to eat. Look, there he go, and I bet you he only got one thing in there. I bet you he don't even. I'm finna expose out of him so people can see how he really is. It ain't more than enough food in that bag for everybody. What's up? Because I'm finna expose you. What? Because that don't look enough for all my kids. That don't look enough for all my kids. What is that? That's just one burger? One burger, one fry?
What he like? What do you mean?
Okay, what about my other kids?
What about your other kids?
Okay, but them your kids' siblings though.
What are you talking about? What are you mad
Them my kids, them your kids' siblings though. So what you? So my other kids finna be left out.
You didn't feed them?
You know I would give my food stamps to the 7.
Lisa, how is that my problem?
Lisa, how the F is that my problem?
Woo, child.
It's so many components to it. So many things are terrible about it. So many things.
Because my question is, and I'll let you go. Because my question is, how many kids does she have?
She said 4. She got 3 other kids and 1 with him.
3. Oh, I didn't hear that part. So she has 3 other kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'll let you go first, Drena. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say again, there's so many levels to it, and at the end of the day, you just because you feel like somebody should, you can't expect people to do what you want them to do, and then speaking to them that way and thinking you're gonna expose them. You really thought he was gonna help you out, you and your other kids? Do I think he should have? Would I have brought all the kids something to eat? Okay. Yeah, I would have, but ma'am, you're not gonna cuss me out, put me on camera, expose me, talk about you. I'm feeding my son. If anything, you showing that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and you mad at me.
Remember, she said he buys him something every day. He buys his son's food every day, so keep that in mind.
And if it was that big of an issue, I would say, you know what, just don't bring anything. But like if you don't want him to bring, if he can't even bring the one son, just say, I don't know, like people are crazy.
So I'm gonna attack it from a different angle. So she has 3 other kids now, having that information. He brings him food all the time. He can switch it up. Instead of bringing McDonald's, he can get 2 medium pizzas from Domino's, which is like $5.99 a piece or whatever it is. It's cheap. So he can, spend $11-12, drop off the pizza, pay for the kids. Now, is he responsible for them? No. But as a man, should he do that if he can afford it, which it sounds like he can because he does this all the time. So if he can afford it, then bro, just bring some pizza, because it's cheaper, because it's about as much as you spending on a McDonald's meal. So bring some pizza, get some 2 liters and do that, because what it does do is it's definitely going to create a divide between the siblings. Because,
oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And you have to think of it from the kid's standpoint. It's going to create a divide because he has the good father, right? And they don't. They're going to, you know what I'm saying? They're going to start treating him differently, and they're going to look at him funny, because he has the good father. And so they may start messing with him. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to create a divide in their dynamics because you go, your father always bring you something, and it ain't his fault. It ain't the kid's fault. You know what I'm saying? That he didn't choose his daddy. You know what I'm saying? It's not his fault that the mom was messing with all these other bums, and then now his dad is the one that's like stepping up and taking care of him. But as a man, bro, you could either come and get your kid, take him away, and spending time with him and go get something to eat. Don't do that in them kids' face. I don't really know how old they are now. If they older, which it doesn't seem like it, I'm just going to keep in context. I would think they're younger kids. If she's worried about them, getting something to eat and her food stamps, bro, get some little pizzas, man, and feed them all, or come and get your child and take him with you. And so that way it doesn't look like you're doing this in their face, because that's what he's doing. And that's what I don't like, is that you're bringing your child food to eat in front of his siblings. Like, so now he has to really share it, or he's going to be like they're going to start looking at him crazy if he don't.
Yeah. I agree with that.
I got a few viewpoints on this because it's so much to unpack, because she's such a
yeah, it was
I agree. I think he should come and get his child to take him to eat, or just have him sit in the car with him to eat. But I also think that I also don't think it's his responsibility to feed her children. If you know that he's bringing the son food every day, make a way to feed your other children. Like he said, you ain't feed your other kids. He's feeding his son because she's not feeding them. She said, I don't get my food stamps until. So his son probably called, Dad, can you bring me something to eat? I'm hungry. He's taking care of his child. So his responsibility is to the child. Her responsibility is to protect her other kids. So she feels like it's going to be a divide. That's her job to protect that. He doing his job as a dad. Mm-hmm. She made bad choices with them other baby daddies that ain't taking care of them kids. Mm-hmm. Yes, he could buy pizza. He could do all of that. But as you can see, she ain't the type that he trying to get in and out and go. He just want to feed his baby and go, because he ain't trying to be around her. She's obviously irresponsible, since you don't have food to feed your children. You're talking about him bringing food for the day, and you're talking about, I don't get my food stamp to this date. What the hell is your kids eating that you waiting for this other man to feed him and y'all not together? What the kids eating? If he don't bring his son nothing to eat, what are all the children going to eat? That's really a question. Like, what the hell? And then it's like, why do you feel like you're exposing him for being a good dad?
That was my part.
Yeah, I didn't get.
I would think that you're taking some of the burden off of me. That's one less child I gotta feed.
I wish my other baby daddies would do what you doing, but
yeah, like, thank you. I appreciate you for feeding your son. At least one of them stepping up to the plate and doing this job. She said he brings him food every single day. He has one child. He doesn't have 4. She does. He may not have enough money to feed 4 children every day.
Right.
He got enough money to feed 1, and he's doing it. I don't know. I don't know why you would think somebody's obligated to feed your other kids.
No, I get it because he's not obligated. So I want that to be known. He is not obligated to feed her kids. My thing is, if you just sit back as a man and you think about the divide that it's creating between the children, I mean, unless you're able to really take your child, it's gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think that's think about that. Like, his job, though.
I mean, but I'm not saying it is his job, but I mean, it is his son. So you have to think for the best situation for your child. It sucks.
Starve, or do I bring my son some food that I can afford to buy?
I would just come and get him. honestly. But I'm
But
just
she
saying,
a
but you
bitch,
gotta
so it don't
think
even look like it's
think
that
of
easy to come get the child.
think of the effects. You come in, you hand your child McDonald's. You got 3 other kids over here, hungry as hell, watching you eat McDonald's. Like over, you know what I'm saying, McDonald's or whatever it is that he brings. And they like, man, he stay eating good. You know what
But
I'm
like my
saying? We
sister
over here
just said, just
struggling.
imagine the effect of him take like his dad coming to get him every day. My dad don't. It's the same divide. It's gonna be that same resentment either way. His daddy come get him every day, and my dad don't never come get me.
My family, with anytime somebody like brings a kid around, we always try to make that kid feel part of, whatever's going on. So my grandmother, she has a closet full of all these things that she collects throughout the year. And if a kid happens to come over for Christmas and that kid doesn't have a gift, he gonna get a plethora of gifts out of this random closet. Like he won't be able to say, I came and didn't get a gift. So I understand. I always want to make kids feel included. And even with myself, like if I have, it could be a stranger's kid. If that kid ain't 8, I'm gonna feed that kid. But like you can't approach people the way she did and expect them to be willing to help you. And I also feel like if she were level-headed, or even if he would have level-headed, he could have offered this. If they would have been able to come to an agreement and say, you know what, I know you don't. Okay, you say you don't get your food stamps till the 7th. How about if I give you the money I spend every day on McDonald's for you to buy groceries to cook for these kids for the week, something. But she was just, it was a whole
Because I could see if
explosion.
it was like he did this like every once in a while. Come on,
Yeah.
dude, you could bring the other kids food. But if he's doing this every day,
Yeah,
that's just a hard call. Like for you to expect somebody to feed all of your kids every day and y'all not together.
yeah.
Yeah. So would you tell him to cut back? Like, yo,
No.
you know what?
I would tell her to step up.
I wonder how many baby daddies she got.
Right. I'm like, you made bad choices. You made one good one. He doing what he's supposed to be doing. And he's supposed to take on the brunt of your bad choices. You step your game up. Make sure your kids is eating. If you know or how about we need to communicate a little bit better?
Yeah.
Our son just called me and said he hungry. And he want this, that, and the third. I'm about to drop him some food off. Have your other kids eaten yet? Like, it's a communication thing too. Like, but she did say that he comes every day. So she knows he's coming. So I don't know.
And then but to take it a step further, she didn't even say, like at one point she said he don't have enough food for everybody. And in my mind, I was like, who is everybody?
Her ass was hungry.
She didn't just say he ain't got enough for all the other kids. She was like, he ain't got enough for everybody. Who is everybody?
Or she took the food and threw it away.
Yeah.
She could have took the food and threw it away. Or hell, if the little boy ain't even big enough to answer the door, tell him don't do that no more. Because if you don't have enough for all of my kids, you can't come in here with none of them can have it. That's squashed that right there. But she tried to embarrass him.
Yeah. I missed a many of things because my mama was one of those mamas. If your brother can't go, you can't go. I hated that shit.
No, I hope the baby can eat. I hope she feeding all her kids. But if the issue was that none of your kids, like if the issue is you think that that's gonna cause a divide in the family with all your kids, and that's your actual issue, instead of embarrassing this man on the internet, how about you just take the food, throw it away, and go cook some food for all your kids? But in her words, she said, "You know I don't get my food stamps till." So the man trying to feed his son so he'll starve to damn death.
Nate, I'm in a bind.
Child. You better get them $40. You better get them $40. So look, this leads us to the next topic. Why are black men and women at war against each other? What is going on?
Because of white people.
You stupid. You are so stupid. You stupid.
Oh.
What?
I really don't know. I don't know if it's that enough good examples aren't shown, or they aren't as shown as much as the bad ones. But like you said, this thing went viral. It started online, and like everybody on my timeline is talking about this.
Do you think that the expectations in our community is different? I think that one, we're still trying to learn our values, right? As far as what it is that a man tends to want in a woman and what a woman tends to want in a man. I feel like our value system hasn't been set, and I feel like it changes. And so, because you think about it, right? Let's even think about it like in the 50s and 60s. You know, the main thing that a woman particularly looked for in a man is his ability to work, how hardworking he was. It wasn't necessarily how he treated her per se. You know, he couldn't beat her, but they weren't looking for that. You know what I'm saying? But it was like his ability to work hard, and if he was capable of taking care of a family, right? Mm-hmm. That was like what they looked for in a man. They didn't think about all the emotional support. They didn't think about, you know, any of those types of things that tended to be needed. It was more or less, he's a hard worker, so I know he gonna keep a job, you know. And then you start to change that where it becomes, you know, big into looks, and he got to look a certain way, but he also got to be able to work. Like, and then that just keeps evolving where we see even now, right? And I haven't got on the men yet. I'm starting one at a time. Women, you know, and so now it evolves. I swear to God, y'all, I listen to some of the things that women want in men, and I'm like, you're going to be single forever. Like, I don't know where you think you're going to find that. Like, you know, it's like, I've literally heard women say, I want a sensitive thug. You know, I want him to do this. I want him to do that. And I'm sitting here like, I don't know no thugs that sensitive. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're looking for something that doesn't exist, or they're actors. They're acting this out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you're looking for. And then with men, like, I mean, the whole evolution, I just feel like the biggest issue with men is because of our lack of knowledge, we have not been able to keep up, right? We haven't been able to keep up to lead our families. And now you have women running the families. So I don't really think what men typically want, I think it hasn't really evolved. It's just that they don't deserve that shit because they ain't doing what they supposed to be doing. So it's like, okay, now you have these guys that quote unquote look the way the women want them to look, and, you know, but they ain't hard working. You know what I'm saying? They ain't bringing them checks home. You know what I'm saying? And so where our parents, you know, was lacking the emotional stability and those types of things but a man will work hard, at least, you know, try his hardest, where now you have guys that just looked a certain way, but they ain't really to break their back and bring that check home like, you know, men used to back in the day. So I feel like our standards have changed over time, and we haven't set a ground, you know what I'm saying, guidelines of what are the basic criteria, whether it's for the woman or for the man. And I feel like that's what's the difference in other cultures. They have that, you know, they have those basics that they look for. And that's why they're able to run a little bit better than we are. And while we consistently have been regressing where we were the ones that got married and had the families, to where now we just having the families and we ain't getting married no more.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I think.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I agree with everything Adrian said. And the reason when I said initially like white people is because so we know our grandparents, they were like my grandmother, you know, she was a housewife, they had 7 kids. He would go to work, not only just provide, go to work and bring the check and give it to your wife and let her give you what you got to keep out of it. Like, I think that was common for a lot of people. And so there was for that to be from my grandparents, and now we are, 2 generations away from that. There's some disconnect, and I really believe that a lot of it was stuff that was instituted, like in laws, whether it was the crack epidemic, or it was, you have people in inner cities, like now, if you want to get any type of government assistance, you can't have a man in the household. I think that we are still seeing the effects of all those things. And that's why I said white people is the reason why. And I think that we are struggling. I think it's like a power dynamic. You have some women who are like, I'm gonna do it on my own, but then they do say stuff like what Adrian is saying. And then you have men like, well, who really feel like they are the prize, and a woman should be willing to do all these things to deserve him. So yeah, I think you're definitely right. I don't know exactly what happened, but yeah, everything you said, Adrian, I agree with.
I think one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't really talk about, that is the disconnect with Black women in particular from our grandparents' age to now, is feminism.
Yeah.
We kind of follow the white woman's plight.
It was never meant for us.
No, that wasn't our fight. We had never been really under like the rule of a Black man. So for us to need some freedom from something that I don't know what we need the freedom from, that's what kind of broke our families down, because we was good. Our families were strong. We were the most married, most successful, and all of that. And then all of a sudden, we decided that we wanted to be independent women along with these white women that was being controlled by their white husbands.
Right.
And then all these other laws followed, and we got the bad end of the stick.
Yeah.
The Black woman got the bad end of the stick.
I mean, I don't think we talk about that enough, because like you said, Black women were not oppressed by Black men at all. And so here it is, when we just finished getting our civil rights, right? We're just getting leeway on that front. You guys jump on the bandwagon because what? The gap between, white men and white women was significant, right? There was no gap between us. You jumped on that, and you're fighting a fight with white women against white men. Well, the only people that benefited from that fight is white women.
Yep.
Not Black women.
And they got us in the predicament we in now.
Bitches.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
these
white
women that are outraged, at Roe versus Wade, they voted. You really can't make it up.
Yep.
I'm just saying. So yeah, come on home. Come on back home. Get y'all something to eat.
And we got to figure out a way. Like, I don't know what it is that makes us so angry with each other. Like, why are we constantly at war with each other?
I think,
yeah, but the women's suffrage, she said we rode together for that. We weren't suffering
because
they were.
I don't think so. This is another thing that we don't really talk about much, and I don't think, and you're just not really going to hear it, because Black men are typically not going to really discuss it because we're not built like that. But just as much as Black women have suffered, Black men have suffered too. But you're not going to hear Black men complaining like that. So let's take it back. So we start talking about how our upbringings affect us, right? Black men aren't going to tell you like outright, like, yeah, man, I ain't really had a relationship with my mom, or, all we hear about is the dynamic between your fathers, right? But what about the dynamic between your mom and your father, right? And it was both off, for a Black man who's told that you're supposed to leave the family someday, right? Like, you're supposed to be what you were told not to be. And that's another thing. Like, we don't really talk about women in the way that we talk about men, as far as like being a deadbeat, things like that. And so here it is. All you hear about is this guy, but you sitting here maybe thinking like, but I ain't even had the best relationship with my mama. Like, she was there, but she wasn't. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to have those feels, but you don't know how to even talk about those feels because in society this isn't normal. You know what I'm saying? Like for you to not like super lovey-dovey love your mom is not the norm. So where do you go with that? Where do you take that? But if you have you know, a situation with your father, that's you can take that everywhere. That's open. That's easy, right? So I don't think that we give that type of credit to men that like, yo, man, be suffering too. Like typically most women that come from broken families, they had brothers that came from the same place that they came from.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about that like that. Only if it's the father. Only if it's the father, not when it's the mother. And we know, just like with women, they need that father. A man needs that love from their mother.
I think that I know that for a long time I didn't, you know, I was in a bubble of the women in my family, and I never knew that people had an off relationship with their mom until I started reading stuff on Twitter. I'm like, what? Your mama was jealous of you? Like, this is crazy to me. And then I started, you know, you get older and you start reading more, and I'm like, yes, a lot of mamas who ain't shit. It ain't nobody acknowledging it.
No.
Your mama wasn't shit, and you just don't want to say it because that's your mama. But okay, I mean that's you and your relationship with your mama. Like has been a lot of damage done to daughters and sons at the hands of their mother. But like Adrian said, it's kind of like in against the black code to talk about your mama because that's your mama. Like,
but that's what we talk about with women in general. Like you can't like them being challenged, or like we're not just saying that your man can't say anything to you. Your son can't say anything to you. Like your son can't come to you and open up to you. So how do you think that they're supposed to open up to their spouse or their girlfriend? Because they've never been able to do it with their mom.
Yeah.
Because you kind of just women are just protected where you can't really be honest with them without it being some crazy argument, knockout, drag out, or them gaslighting you, making you feel like you're crazy or something. Like it's like that conversation never really gets to happen on a large scale with black moms.
So just because you're present don't mean you're good.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's some people who think that is the case.
No.
But I feel like whose job is it to start holding? I think women need to, and men both, we have to start holding other people, other women, and men need to hold other men accountable. I think that a lot of times we don't call our friends out. I know I have a coworker. She told me how her best friend, well, her daughter's best friend, how the girl's mom talks to her, and I'm like, you need to say something to her. She's like, well, I don't want to fight. I'm like, ain't nobody finna talk to no child like that around me. I don't give a damn. If we gotta fight, then we gotta fight about it. But you can't.
And that's the problem with black people. You can't even be corrected without wanting to fight. Why would you want to fight me for me correcting you? Why can't we have a civilized conversation and me actually correcting you in something that you're doing wrong?
Yeah, that, and then also, I feel like women, they shout. You know, if you know your friend ain't shit, you just gotta tell them. Sometimes find a way to say it. If y'all are really friends, you can come up with the words.
So I've come up with the realization, and this is just how I live my life, right? To this point, and maybe because you know we getting older now, I don't want no BS around me. If I can't tell you like, yo, that's crazy what you doing, and we can't kind of walk through this, talk through this, but you have an issue, you can't even be in my life because I don't want to be around nobody like, you know, that can't take that, or because you know what I'm saying, like, hey, if I'm doing something out of pocket, like, yo, Adrian, like, bro, hold up, let me holler at you for a second. Well, what's up? That's what my friends is for, right? Like, I don't want no yes men around me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I say, oh, this happened, and it's like, yeah, bro, that's right, yeah. No, if it's wrong, it's wrong. But if I'm wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, let me know. And I feel like that's a big problem with people. People don't want that. People don't want the people in their lives to check them or tell them like, yeah, bro, yes, sis, that ain't cool. So we ain't cool. Like, if that's the case, I don't need you in my life, and I'll move accordingly. I'm good with that. I don't need people just to be around. You know what I'm saying? I tell people that, like, you know, people think I'm mean, but like, I don't need
you just,
like, I'm trying to
we just
build.
had that situation.
Hey, you saw how I did it. I ain't talking.
You would text me like, hold on, did we say something? Like, we gotta check to see if we said something offensive. Like, okay, this ain't gonna work. Because we raw uncut. It is what it is.
I ain't talked to him since. Blocked on all platforms and everything, and I never will, because that's just not how I rock, and that's why I said what I said. I don't rock like this.
Yeah. I mean, if somebody can't correct you and you can't acknowledge and take accountability that you may have done something, or you could just do something better, even if you don't feel like you're completely wrong. If you don't feel like, if somebody come to you and tell you something and you don't feel like it's anything in that situation that you could have done better, it ain't nothing else for me to talk to you about.
Yeah,
it's a wrap.
If you can't even listen to it, and ponder over it.
To me, that's where I just feel like there is something in a message in anything. So if I'm coming to you and I'm telling you that I'm offended by something, you may not feel like it would have offended you, but if it offended me, and I'm telling you it made me feel a kind of way, it's something that you need to reevaluate when you address me.
Yeah.
And I feel like I could do the same way with you. Like, I don't think that's a hard or a difficult thing for you to do if I'm telling you something offends me. And then we can move on. But if you want to argue me down about why it shouldn't offend me, it's over with. I don't need to talk anymore. It's right. We're done. Nope. So, but I really wish that Black people in general would be able to have adult conversations and dialogues where sometimes we may not agree with each other without bashing and degrading each other.
Yeah.
Like, after like 2 exchanges, it goes like so left. And it's like, yo, it's okay that we don't agree. We ain't gotta go there.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
like
that,
the lady with the rape baby. I'm like, why are you yelling at me?
I think that for us though, we're confrontational to a point where it's like, it's not productive. And I think that just goes back, right? That's just something that's embedded in us for the most part, until we like realistically try to change that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, Didi, if you come at me, my natural reaction is to come back at you. But why? Like, you trying to help me. And what, for me anyways, what I learned was like this, you know what I'm saying? And this is what I give, and this is what I tell people. It's like, look, man, I'm never going to intentionally try to hurt you. So I want you to keep that in mind. So if I say something and it offends you, let me know that it offends you. You know what I'm saying? And let's talk about it so I can understand how to offend you, and I know not to do it again. But if I say something, I don't know it offends you, now you go for my jugular, now it's definitely gonna be a problem, because I'm like, whoa, where is this coming from? You know what I'm saying? So I think that we should take that time, but a lot of us feel played. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, you played me. Oh, I'm coming at you. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's like, nah, that's not what I was trying to do. You know, just trying to have some grown man talk with you. You know, so
yeah. But we got to remember, everybody's not well versed in conflict resolution. So
right about that.
All right, we're gonna go over one more topic because it is getting late. We started late.
Yeah,
I definitely wanted to hit on this one. Is there a difference between someone's preference and someone's standard?
Yes, big time.
Tell me, what do you think? What's the difference?
So, I guess, you know, we talking relationships, right? I think that people have different preferences. Your preference could definitely be different than your standard. Okay. We see it all the time. You know what I'm saying? Where you have this standard, but you also have this preference. The preference might not be the best thing for you, but you keep jumping over there at that shit. And it keep fucking your ass up every single time because you ain't sticking with your standard. You know what I'm saying? And you making excuses for the preferences that you choosing.
I feel attacked.
What? It's not for you. I'm just talking in general. You know, I'm just talking in general. So yes, I definitely think that people have standards, people have preferences. And I feel like once you really bring them together is when you start to get into a successful relationship, because it's a difference. Because you know what I'm saying? Like, you may have standard, meaning like, okay, you meet this, this, and this. So think about this, right? You may have a preference, a standard of, okay, I just need to be attracted to him. But you have a preference of this person being beautiful, right? You have a standard and you have a preference. You know, this person meets the standard, and they meet the standard in all these different things, where typically your preference is usually shooting off the roof in certain areas, but they lacking like hell in the ones that really mean something to you. But you kind of put those things off because, well, I kind of prefer this because of this, this, and this. You see what I'm saying? But the standard over here, hitting all your checkpoints, like oil, you know, when you go get your oil check, they do the 10 checkpoints, whatever it is that they do. They knocking them all off. Boom, 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 boom. Preference is like scratch, scratch, whoop, scratch, scratch, whoop. They all over the place.
I feel like to me, when I think about standards, it's kind of like your non-negotiables. It's like your standard. And then your preferences is just like added, you know, it's the cherry on top. Like, oh, okay, this is what I prefer. Like, this person is, you know, honest, trustworthy. They got a job. They can communicate well. Oh, he looked like Trevante Rhodes. Even better. Like, this is Trevante Rhodes is my preference. These are my standards. So,
see, but typically you kind of let a lot go when they look like your preference.
Well, I think when you're younger, I think you will, or like when you're not, when you haven't, when you still out there having fun. But when it comes down to somebody like being a partner with, nah. I mean, if Trevante Rhodes don't have a job, if he ain't got no job, and he don't know how to communicate well, like, maybe, you know, see you next lifetime, Trevante, because I got to go with Mr. Earl over here.
Not Mr. Earl.
Who is Javante Rose? I don't know who this is.
Fine. He's so fine.
Who is he?
He's doing the upcoming Mike Tyson biopic
on Black Moon, Black Moon.
Yeah.
Moonlight.
Blue Moonlight?
Blue Moon. Something Moon.
Yeah.
Movie. Yeah, okay.
Moonlight.
Okay.
Moonlight. You call Moonlight.
It's Moonlight. Okay.
Moonlight. It's Moonlight.
All right.
I asked this, I posed this topic because I was watching my show, The Pineapple Show by Melly Monaco on YouTube. Shout out Melly. And the girl who was on there's a dating show, who was on there looking for a date, she said that Melly asked her, what did she have like a number as far as how much a guy has to make a year? And she said that they had to make 7 figures. So
what she make?
Child, not 7 figures. She was she did operations management for a real estate developer, something like that. So
not 7 figures. Okay.
She didn't get no
commission. So when the guys came on, they always led with, well, I mean, I don't make 7 figures, so where does that standard come from? Why is that the standard? And she kept going off on them like, I didn't say it was a standard. That's my preference. So I was like, well, bitch,
so
what's the standard then?
She don't have good comprehension. She sound like somebody preference.
I was confused. Because as soon as the guy would say where he worked, she, you know, if you don't like the guy, you say pineapple. And as soon as you say pineapple, Melly kicks them off. So as soon as they say where they work, she say pineapple, and they gone. And so the next guy would come on and be like, okay, can you just explain, you know, your logic behind the 7 figures? And she's like, why do y'all keep honing in on that? I didn't say that's what I had to have. That's my preference. And they like, but we just confused because you keep kicking these guys off. They got pretty decent jobs, but no, they don't make 7 figures. So we don't understand what you're looking for. That's why I posed the question. I'm like, well, what the hell is the difference between the preference and the standard?
I feel like if me and our incomes combined won't equal up to 7 figures, you shouldn't tell me I have to be making 7 figures.
That's crazy. I was like, but you know, she lived in New York, but she was originally from Nigeria.
Oh,
Right. And she wasn't cute enough to be requesting on 7 figures, just to let you know. She wasn't cute enough. So I was just like, this is crazy. I've never heard a girl say that her preference was 7 figures. Never heard it.
Not a regular girl.
Oh, okay. So
Not someone that was an operations manager.
Right.
you're not even a real estate agent.
Girl. Child, they be cutting up on. Listen, I don't.
She ain't even smart. She's not even smart because that's how you can find somebody with 7 figures, become a real estate agent at that place for somebody that wants to buy $1 million homes.
Child,
That's how you gonna meet somebody, lady.
She was on there trying to act like she was more than she was. I said, y'all need to quit with this fake stuff. These folk crazy. I don't know. But so what y'all got going on for the week? It's 4th of July week, and I don't care about that, but it's my grandma's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well, I mean, as y'all know, I just got back in town today, so I'm just trying to get my bearings together, get back into work and the flow of everything, being back home after being off for a week. So I don't really have much that I can even think of right now going on this week. Yeah. Yeah.
What's up with the book?
Hey man, I'm about to get back on it. So okay, yeah, let's talk about that. I will, because I'll be working on that. So I'm hoping, because I need to just check on it and see where we at. I haven't, and that's what I'm saying. I haven't checked on it. And so I just need to check on it, make sure everything's good to go so we can start getting it printed. Because I mean, I'm pretty much at that stage now of final edits and getting it printed. So I'll reach out to them this week. So I'll definitely have, some news for you.
Okay. Let's go. I need my autographed copy to go with my other book.
Okay, I got you, man.
Actually, I need to get the first one too, because I don't think I have the first one autographed. I'll just buy it again.
All right. I got you, man. I got you.
Drena, Dreen.
Oh, I'm gonna enjoy my day off. Spend time with family probably. And try to come back glowing like you and Adrian next week.
Drena, I am not dealing with you, okay? I'm not dealing with you right now. I'm not. Oh, shit.
What do you got going on?
Yeah,
I'm going home Saturday. I'm trying to pull up this link right now so I can put it in the thing. I'm going home Saturday. My cousin is doing a cookout Sunday. So we're going to celebrate my grandma's birthday on Sunday because she is actually born on the 4th of July. She'll be 83. Yeah, she'll be 83. And what else I got going on? Yep. So I'll be home from Saturday to Monday, back on Monday. What else I got? I've been posting, even though Facebook got me on restrictions. Still, I got 4 more days in Facebook jail, kind of, where they have me restricted. So all of my posts are being throttled right now. 4 days. But I got my Biggest Loser challenge coming up. The registration is open right now, so y'all need to get in. Like, telling y'all this, the competition gonna be stiff. I got folks signing up. The registration is open now until July 9th. The actual competition starts on July 9th. So you register. Whoever has the biggest transformation in 30 days from July 9th to August 9th, they win prizes. So it's a first place, second place, and third place prize. The prize is $500 for first place, $350 for second place, and $100 for third place. So Get in there and register on Eventbrite. I just put the link in the comment so you can register. Get a friend with a little healthy competition, lose some weight, and win some money. I'm gonna be doing a abs and ass boot camp probably in the middle of the competition to help folks out a little bit. So I'll probably do that maybe the third week of July, 3rd or 4th week of July. Get y'all a little bit of help with y'all little transformation. What else do I have going on? I think that is it, other than, my coaching program. If you haven't checked out the interview that I did with my former client, Dora Payne, registered nurse, please check it out on YouTube, on the Core Queen YouTube channel. It was a great interview. I had a great time with her. She explained her experience in the program, because a lot of people don't understand how my program works since I'm a virtual coach, but she explained how it went for her and how she's still maintaining her results and her weight loss, and she looks amazing. So y'all go check that out. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel and subscribe to the Battle Buddy channel too. Please share it. Share this live. Tell people about it. And y'all, we thank y'all for sticking with us and coming and commenting and joining the conversation. We love guest co-hosts. So if you want to come on the panel with us and join us and talk some shit, let us know. Hit us up. That number scrolling across the bottom. You can always text us. You can DM us. You can inbox us. Any topics that you have, anything you want to talk about, let us know. We look forward to talking to y'all next week. And thank y'all for joining. We will holler at y'all later.